Grand Rising, everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur TV show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, and this is your morning wake-up call. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur. You can also follow the Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur fan page and follow me on Twitter at DGoddess27. And also do me a favor and make sure that you spread the word and let everyone know that my original channel is banned and that I'll be on this channel, all right, for the next week. Okay, so hello, Asha, Juju, Just Biz is in the house, Melanin A1, and WSM Jr. Capricornus is in the house. All right, beloved. Silent D, Courtney J. Amatulaha. Okay. Be Fierce. Howard is in the house. Woke One, I see you, beloved. Gail, Ryan, Ray Williams. Okay, Wolfpack, I see you. Robin. Let's get into it. Shout out to everyone in the chat and everyone tuned into the Queen. Danielle, Ryan, Gail, I see you, beloveds. Okay. Hello, Moni, Nisi, Aboriginal Woman, Black Women Stand Up, KX. Let's talk about it, beloveds. Now, I know y'all want to hear the latest on wig, but we'll get to wig in just a moment. Let's talk about some more important things first. All right? Let's talk about it. And let me say this. Hey, Jawara says the tricky nation is spellbound. Hold on, let me put that on the screen so I can see the whole thing. Hold on. John, this chat's moving so fast, I can't catch my comments. Okay, I'll have to find that later, honey. Something's wrong with this chat. So anyway, hello, Opal, Melanated Brown, Veronica. So listen, let's get into it because for those people who say stuff like, forget those haters, Queen, make it worth their while. Absolutely, beloved. You know I will. Thank you for your insight and your contribution to the channel. Peace, love, and blessings to you. Gail said, so sassy. So listen, for those people who say, when I go in on wig and give her, as she says, that everlasting work, yeah, I want you to pay attention. Now, see, when people say, oh, we need to be talking about more important things, or we don't need to miss out on things, you're not missing out on anything. You see, I go live 5 to 7 days a week, twice a day at least, sometimes even more. And I talk about the important topics, of course. That's always going to be my first priority. But I still have time. I looked at my wrist and I got time today. So that's what it is, beloveds. All right? So pay attention. You're not missing out on anything with the Queen, honey. First things first, did you all know about Benjamin Crump? That Benjamin Crump won a historic ruling for a Black woman to be able to sue Harvard University for displaying photos of her enslaved ancestors. Now, the slave's name was Renty, I do believe. And I spoke to you all about this before when the woman was first trying to sue, because this is her ancestor and they taken his likeness, all right, his descendants' intellectual property, and they've taken it upon themselves to use it for their own gain. And this is a tale we hear all too often as it comes to Black people and things that actually belong to us that the other folks seem to snatch right on up and make profits off of it while we get nothing but peanuts and dust. Pay attention. Now, internationally renowned civil rights and personal injury attorney Ben Crump earned a historic decision on behalf of Tamara Lanier, now the direct descendant of a slave known as Congo Papa Renty. This was in the Massachusetts Supreme Court. You see, he wanted to have them uphold a lawsuit against Harvard University. Crump called it a historic victory for Black Americans. So let me tell you all something. If they upheld this decision, any Black person or family who has personal effects that belong to them from their ancestors, you should be trying to get it too. You should be trying to take ownership of your ancestors' belongings, because if anybody's going to monetize off of it, get revenue, it should be you. Now, the High Court of Massachusetts heard oral arguments from Crump, in November of 2021 when he defended the rights of Lanier, a descendant of enslaved people, photographed by a Harvard professor to prove the inferiority of Black people. That's why they had her ancestors' portrait in the first place. You see, they took his photo and used it in comparison with Caucasians to say that this is the people, these are the people that are inferior. This is what they did. And you think I would just let that slide? I'm glad you didn't. So it goes on to say, Harvard continued to use and profit from the offensive photos even after learning of Lanier's lineage and claim to them. They didn't care, honey. They said, I'm mayor and I said so. All right. Now, as a free Black man, I am honored to have been at the forefront of this fight against the lasting remnants of slavery and the very institutions that benefited from the exploitation of Black ancestors. This is what Crump said. Now, the High Court recognized Harvard's complicity in the horrific actions surrounding the creation of the daguerreotypes, which were created to prove the inferiority of Black people, treating these enslaved people like lab rats, experimenting on our people and all types of things. You all know about the nefariousness of it all. There's a book about medical genocide. I suggest you read it. Okay. Now, according to the Associated Press, Lanier can sue Harvard University for emotional distress as a descendant of slaves displayed in the widely published historical photos that the school owns. The decision announced came from the Massachusetts highest court. Now, Benjamin Crump tweeted that in 1850, Harvard forced Renty and his daughter to pose for photos without consent, dignity, or even compensation. They were used to promote slavery and have been bound by Harvard for 169 years. It's time to support redress for enslaved men, women, and descendants. # free Renty. Now, he's absolutely right. Now, they say in March, a Massachusetts state judge dismissed the lawsuit that the Norwich, Connecticut woman filed against Harvard. Massachusetts Supreme Judicial Court partially vacated the lower court ruling that initially dismissed Lanier's complaint about photos that she says depict her enslaved ancestors. So I want y'all to pay attention, because here's the thing. Here's the thing, beloveds. At the end of the day, the first court didn't want to give this woman any type of recompense. They, in fact, yes, Oprah said, I wish that for Henrietta Lack's family. Absolutely. Let me tell you something. They have used Henrietta Lack's sales and all that to, heal people and make all this money off of it. I wish that Henrietta Lack's family could have won a court settlement from those doctors that use Henrietta Lack's cells in her body for medical research without the family's permission. Yes, and they generated lots of money from that. And I also, if you remember, have told you all how, I've actually told you all how not only that, they take from pregnant women, Black pregnant women after birth, they confiscate the placenta. And they use it for stem cell research and all sorts of things. And they make so much money off of doing this, millions of dollars. And a lot of these Black women are on welfare. They're poor. They come from impoverished communities, and they don't get a dime. Okay. And this is their body parts. But these are the things they do. And let's not even talk about harvesting the organs and all of that. So anyway, they say a descendant of someone whose likeness is reproduced would not therefore inherit any property right to the photos. That's what the High Court ruled. Lanier filed her lawsuit in 2019. The photos were a series of 1850 pictures depicting a South Carolina man and woman identified as Renty Taylor and his daughter Delia Taylor. The two were photographed shirtless with several angles in the pictures that Harvard biologist Louis Agassiz commissioned. Now, he claimed theories on the racial differences used to support slavery in the U.S. See, what he was trying to do, this photographer who did this, he was actually trying to justify the nefarious treatment of enslaved people by saying these people are no more than animals. These people are savages. They're not actual human beings. Excuse me. So therefore, they have no rights. This is who they are. And it's no reason that we shouldn't be allowed to enslave them and use them for our own gain. That's basically what he was trying to prove. And that's why he took those photos. Now, Josh Koshkoff, another of Lanier's attorneys, said that the ruling was a historic win as it marks one of the first times that a court has ruled that the descendants of enslaved people can seek accountability for what their ancestors endured. Harville is not the rightful owner of these photos and should not profit from them, Koshoff said in a written statement. Now, as Tamara Lanier and her family have said for years, it's time for Harville to let Renty and Delia come home. And so there it is, beloveds. Well, I'm glad that she's able to sue them. Hey, Honey 69 and Byron. Okay, I'm glad that she's able to sue them because at the end of the day, you need to be fighting for your intellectual property. And let me tell y'all something. Speaking of intellectual property, here's the thing. You know, some of y'all, not my lovely royals, oh no, but some of Wig's little minions, you know, they have complained and tried to lash out at the Queen when I've spoken about the fact that Wig has in some cases plagiarized my work, like taking it and used it for her own financial gain in her webinars and all that. And though some of the work that she took came from other scholars that I learned it from, some of it was actually my own intellectual property, my original works. And so with that all being said, some of these minions of hers said, oh, you got that from Dick Gregory. You got that from Jordan Maxwell. Some of it I actually did get from Jordan Maxwell. But I said all that to say this. If someone is using your work that you originated, you have every right to speak out against them because that's your intellectual property. And when people do things like that, Black people do those things, they're acting just like the wanton supremacy. Where's the difference? You see, because they have always taken our things and used it for their gain whilst we get nothing. And when we complain, our voices go unheard. So the fact that other Black people would actually come for the Queen because I'm complaining about someone using what I call my intellectual property, things that I created and came up with through my studies and research and toil and labor, I find that absolutely deplorable. And you know, the reason some of these people stick by Wig is because they're just like Wig. You need to keep an eye on them. That's all I'm saying. Thank you, Spook TV Media Beloved. Thank you for your kind contribution. Peace, love, and blessings. I'm just saying, some of these people are just a hot mess. So with that all being said, let's talk about Elon Musk, his father, honey. Elon Musk's father, with his old decrepit butt, here's what he says. He says he had a second unplanned child with his stepdaughter. Now, y'all listen to this. Had a second unplanned child with his stepdaughter, who's 35, by the way, and he's just shy of 100, no less, right? He says, we're here on earth to reproduce. Well, I have to agree with him on that. We are here on earth to reproduce. That's why I don't condone abortion. And neither should any Black person. Let me tell y'all something. All these silly niggard Black folk going around here protesting about women's rights and all that stuff, that's not your battle. How are you fighting that battle? Well, we haven't even gotten reparations. Make it all make sense. How can you sit there and fight for women's rights when we're not the ones who are being deprived of rights by our men? Okay, that's the Karens. The Chads are holding them down. They always have. That's their battle to fight, not ours. And at the end of the day, here's the thing. When you go and help the very oppressors fight their battles, but don't fight your own. Do you know how ridiculous that is? It makes absolutely no sense. And I absolutely cannot with those type of Black folks. These are the new Negroes, as far as I'm concerned. You know, sitting out there protesting against abortion, for abortion, for the rights to have abortions. Here's the thing. When you think about the amount of genocide that has been perpetuated upon our people, when you think about the fact that Margaret Sanger, the woman who came up with Planned Parenthood, which was formerly known as the Negro Project, who also said that Black people were akin to weeds and should be exterminated, who was a stark eugenicist. When you know that that's the woman who came up with it and they purposely put it in our neighborhoods, how can you agree with that? How can you agree with it and think that that's something you should be fighting for? When you know that these are the same people who have committed genocide on us, medical genocide, okay? State-sanctioned genocide, in my opinion, when the police murder all these unarmed Black people. And then you see them chasing Caucasian people who look like them. And they talk to them so nice and sweet. And they arrest them without so much as a scratch. Now, you see all of this and you want to sit there and fight for the right for you to murder Black babies. Please make it all make sense. All right. The Bible says, be fruitful and multiply. All right. You don't think the Most High was talking about us? I'm sure he was. So let's get into it. And so at the end of the day, it's never going to make any sense to me why people say these things, or our people, why they get out there and protest and fight for these things. The same people who won't say a word when Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery get killed. Okay? Lights up, everyone, please like and share. Here we go. I had to pull up another receipt because this one was asking me to subscribe, and ain't nobody got time for that. All right. So let's get into it. Lights up, everyone, please like and share. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. Thank you in advance. Now listen to this. Elon Musk's father reveals that he had a second child with his own stepdaughter. His estranged son went berserk, and the daughters felt creepy on finding out their father had impregnated their stepsister. I mean, I feel creepy even talking about it as far as I'm concerned. How does it even make a bit of sense? I mean, though they're not blood related, it's still nefarious, right? Wouldn't you say? So they say Earl Musk, who is 74 years old. Hold on, let me get these pop-ups real quick. Who is 74 years old, or 76. 76 years old, told the son that he welcomed a daughter with 35-year-old Jana Bezuidenhout 3 years ago. Now, it emerged in 2018 that Errol had baby Elliot Rush, nicknamed Rushy, and now 5, with Jana, who is 41 years old, 41 years his junior, 41 years his junior, and he had raised her since she was 4. Now, I'm sorry. This sounds like Woody, what's that guy's name? Woody Allen. You all remember Woody Allen and Mia Farrow when they were married? And they had adopted the little girl, the little Asian girl. And then next thing you know, he's dating this child when she's like, what? Surely a minor, okay? And then they got married. Oh, it's so sick and nefarious. Who does that? How do you look at a child that you raised, whether it was yours biologically or not? How do you look at a child that you raised in any type of sexual manner? It's also deplorable. Now, go on to say tech CEO Elon was reported to have gone berserk when he found out that his South African engineer dad was having a child with Jana, who lived with them while growing up. Elon was married to Jana's mother Heidi for 18 years and had 2 children together. Now Errol has told the son his purported second child with Jana was unplanned, but that he was living with her after the birth of their son. The tech CEO's dad said, I haven't checked her DNA, but she looks just like my other daughters. She looks like Rosa and Tosca mixed up. He also added that she wasn't planned, but I mean, we were living together. Jana, stayed here for about 18 months after Rushy was born. But I realized she's 2 generations behind, whereas her mother was 1 generation behind when I married her. So any man who marries a woman, even if you feel very sprightly, it's going to be nice for a while, but there's a big gap, and that gap is going to show itself, he says. I married her mother when she was 25 and I was 45. She was probably one of the best looking women I'd ever seen in my life. Errol said he no longer lives with Jana, but confirmed they have a lot of affection for each other. I bet they do. He added that, but the thing is, it's not practical. She's 35 on her next birthday, so she's getting on. So eventually, if I'm still around, she might wind up back with me. It's difficult. I mean, I would much rather have them here, but Jana came and spent a few days about 6 months ago, and the kids were starting to get on my nerves. Then I miss them as soon as they're gone. As for having more children, the only thing we are on this earth for is to reproduce. Now, that's not the only thing we're on this earth for. But we are supposed to be reproducing. But at the fact that he's 76 and this woman's 35 and he's having had a child with her and she's his whole stepdaughter. Now, we're not supposed to be doing all that. Okay. Pay attention, honey. That's not what we're supposed to do. Don't try to use The fact that the Most High said we should be fruitful and multiply as a means to just be doing all kinds of shady, disgusting things, right? I'm just saying. So he goes on to say, if I could have another child, I would. I can't see any reason not to. If I had thought about it, then Elon or Kimball wouldn't even exist. But Errol does admit his other daughters were shocked by his relationship with Jana because to them it was their sister. He added, and they still don't like it. They still feel a bit creepy about it because she's their sister, their half sister. And Errol said that he is no stranger to women claiming to have his child. He says, I have about 6 people, women claiming to have had my child. I have about 6 of them. So here's the thing. He said, obviously they're opportunists. Well, here's the thing. How's he going to call these women opportunists when he's out here doing all this disgusting stuff? I want to tell y'all something. This reminds me of when I was in 8th grade. When I was in 8th grade in Louisville, Kentucky, there was a girl, a Karen and a Chad. I'm sure that's what they are now. But they were stepbrother and sister. Their parents had married and they all lived together. But this couple were boyfriend and girlfriend. And I used to think it was so strange. You know, them sitting at the lunch table, and we were in 8th grade, mind you, not high school even. And they were acting like they were just, adults. They'd be all up in school kissing and hugging all each other and stuff. And that was just so weird to me because even as a child, 13 or 14 years old, I may not have understood the gravity of what they were doing, but I knew it wasn't right because I had a stepfather. Okay, our stepfather lived with us and he had children, and his children used to come and spend weekends with us. And so the thoughts of someone dating their own step siblings, that's just also deplorable. Okay, just crazy. Lamarck said, Queen, I told you that you should go down to the Social Security office and file a claim for PTSD because of these stories you run across. Little Marcus, please stop being nefarious. It's too early. I haven't even finished my tea yet. Miho said he said that to justify his BS. Remember, he said he didn't plan on the child. Now, he may not have planned on the child, but he planned on getting that, getting his groove on. And you're right. You're absolutely right. And that's a good point to bring out, because he did say that's kind of almost a contradiction, because he did say that that's all we're here to do is reproduce, but he said he didn't plan the child. So you're absolutely right, honey. He needs to sit down somewhere. Kevin Gates, do the 5. Right. Kevin Gates, his wife is his cousin. Now, he admitted this himself. He's married to his own cousin. So some people are just crazy, honey. But the difference is Kevin Gates said that when they started dating, they didn't know they were cousins. They didn't know they were cousins, but he knew this was his stepdaughter, honey. It's also deplorable. And I'm not saying that's any excuse for Kevin Gates' nefariousness, because surely they shouldn't have done that as far as I'm concerned. But hey, not my business. Not my business, okay? And so the fact that he said that's all we're here for is to reproduce. Don't you all find it interesting when they start saying things about, hold on, where are the feds charging these pedos? Hold on, beloveds, let me slow down this chat. These pedos with racketeering, the Mann Act, sex child trafficking. Oh, that's right. Those racists only target black men like R. Kelly. Well, that's one thing that I would like to know. And I guess that is what they do, because here's the thing. They put R. Kelly behind bars. Clearly he deserves to be there, but they do often let their own get probation and stuff like that, or no charges or consequences at all. I mean, think about that police officer who was working as the school resource officer, and he was having inappropriate relations with this black teenager who was 14 years old. And when it was came to light, they only gave him 5 months of probation. Now, I feel like because he was a police officer, he should have been held to an even higher standard of the law. But he absolutely got probation. And then let's not forget the man in Brunswick who had been arrested numerous of times for doing things with children. And then he got 10 years probation. And while he was out, he and his adult son murdered little 6-year-old Christopher Barrios after they assaulted him. Okay, just all such pedo freaks, and they give them probation rather than putting them in prison where they need to be. I'm going to tell you like this: pedophiles are not going to change. That's something that's embedded in them, and you have to look at it like this: if you're a heterosexual or a homosexual, even, Either way, you know that's your sexual identity. So with that all being said, if someone is a pedo, that's just who they are. I'm saying that's not going to change. And so that's something that they need to get life in prison for, as far as I'm concerned. I don't know why they give them these probationary sentences when they're only going to go out and do the same thing. And in the case of Christopher Barrios, because that man had been caught before and given probation, well, that just made him feel that the next time he does that to a child, he's going to kill them and leave no witnesses. And that's absolutely what he did. So that the fact that that judge let him out and gave him only 10 years of probation, that cost a child their life. So I don't think they should ever be out of prison when they do these things. They need to be put behind bars for the rest of their life. That's what they do. And in fact, they should have their own prisons. They shouldn't even be in prisons with regular people. They should have their own prison for pedos and freaks and let them all sit there and marinate on each other for the rest of eternity until they are dead. I'm just saying, that's what they need to do. That's what they need to do as far as I'm concerned. Now, right? Also nefarious. So anyway, there's a missing person. Let me pull up this receipt. There's a missing person. Let me find the information. Hold on. Oh, wait a minute. Oh yeah, we'll talk about that later. Let me write this down. I have a story I have to talk to you all about later, honey. Seems like the devils are up to their old tricks. We're gonna talk about that later because that's a whole story within itself. Okay, let me see if this is the I have so many receipts, people. Just give me a second. Here it is right here. I want to show her face on the screen because this is a black woman who's missing. And I told you all, she's a trans woman, but she's missing. And you know, we have to bring light and attention to our missing people because I told you all numerous of times, you don't hear about it in the media. They don't give a lot of exposure to our missing people. So we have to do it ourselves. So I'm going to put her picture up on the screen. Everyone, please like and share. Sally D said, yes, write it down, Queen. You know I have 200 because you know the Queen has so much going on that I'll forget. Okay, you all can see that. Okay, now, so let me just tell you what it says. Missing person, Jimmy J. Lee, age 20. Okay, it says the Oxford Police Department and the University of Mississippi Police Department are looking for a 20-year-old University of Mississippi student. Jimmy J. Lee was last seen leaving Campus Walk Apartments at 5:58 a.m. on July the 8th of 2022 in Oxford, Mississippi, wearing a silver robe or house coat, a gold cap, and gray slippers. Jimmy J. Lee's car was found Monday at a towing company after it was removed from the Molly Bar Trails apartment complex last Friday. Now, police believe that Lee may have been visiting someone at Molly Bar Trails at the time of his disappearance. Crime Stoppers has pledged $1,000 for anyone with information that leads to Lee being found. If you have any information about Lee's whereabouts or his activities last Friday, call the Oxford Police at 662-232-2400. You can call the University Police at 622-915-7234. Crime Stoppers at 622-234-8477. And so I hope that they're found safe and sound, honey. But it sounds like something nefarious may have happened. It sounds like something bad may have happened because if she went to a bar, I noticed also they kept referring to her as a he. Now I know that biologically, she was born a man, but don't we get slack? I want y'all to pay attention. Don't we black folk get slack? And they say we're so homophobic and all that. Now they know that's a trans woman. That's what they call themselves, right? So they need to sit down somewhere. I live in Mississippi, didn't know about the missing person. See, warriors, that's what I'm talking about. They don't report these things. They don't give any light or any credence to missing black folk. Queen, you know folks don't care. She's trans, says Wavy, though. I know they don't, beloved. But the reason I bring attention to it is because these are the same folk that when you out there marching for George Floyd and Ahmaud Arbery and people like that, Dante Wright, they'll come out there with their flags talking about some Black trans lives matter. Well, let us know Black trans lives matter all the time, not just when you're trying to co-opt the movement, because that's what they're trying to do. Absolutely. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Okay. I'm not talking about Black members of the LGBTQ. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Please stop, because they don't say anything when these things are done. But I bet you if Black people were saying that, right, calling a trans woman a he, a him, and all that, they would have so much to say. They love to try to paint us as homophobic. So I just thought I would point that out, because they're the ones that's always talking about Black trans lives matter. Like we don't know that already. All Black lives matter. In fact, all lives matter. At the end of the day, we know that too. But will all lives really matter when Black lives don't? Because they don't care about our lives. Only we do. So please, that's all I'm saying. Yes, absolutely. Stacey says Black trans are included. Absolutely. So they need to quit playing with us and trying to paint us as so nefarious when we already know who that is. All right. Now, let's talk about wig, shall we? Let's talk about wig, honey, because I absolutely cannot. Now, I was going to lay off wig, but I rose up this morning. I rose up from my slumber and I said to myself said, Queen, Wig is going around here trying to make herself the victim yet again. Now, I keep telling y'all she's a perpetual I almost said victim. I literally almost said victim. I'm so through. But I told y'all, Filmer Bell said, Wig is that again. Yes, she is. She never stops. But here's the thing. I got up this morning and someone brought it to my attention that Wig is yet again playing the perpetual, never-ending victim of woe is me Wig. So they happened to play a bit of a clip from a video that she did a couple of days ago, honey, and I didn't even see it or hit. Y'all know I don't watch Wig like that, but people sometimes send me clips or videos or whatever. If this is going to be Wigalicious, says again. Oh, yes, but it is. So with that all being said, I'm going to play y'all the clip they played me. Now, I can't show it on the screen due to copyright, the copyright issues. But however, I will gladly use it as a teachable moments, all right, as news commentary, and let you hear the audio. And before I do, let me read the fair act use, the fair use. All right. Let me recite that because, honey, y'all know my other channel is banned, honey. I don't need any more problems. I don't want to give Wig any ammunition. All right. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. So we're using this for teaching and news reporting and criticism of Wig. So let's get into it. Thank you, Ayan, for posting that in the chat, beloved. Thank you kindly. So with that all being said, I want y'all to listen to a little something, because y'all know I brought receipts, right? Y'all saw the title of this video, right? Wig used to say she sometimes says she's the queen of receipts. No, honey, you're never the queen of receipts. I'm the queen of receipts. And how could she be the queen of receipts when she's shown none? Please make it all make sense. Wig. All she does is get up there and talk and tell lies and try to spew narratives and paint agendas and all that and try to make herself the little old victim. And she's very good at it, honey. Let me tell y'all something about Wig. I got to give the devil his due. Wig is a master manipulator. Y'all know when she was having those mastermind classes, she was masterfully manipulating people that were her flock. Okay? Her little sheep that she was leading blindly to the slaughter, honey. But let me continue. I want y'all to listen. Because Wig is good at what she does, honey. She's very good at it. She's very slick and sly and crafty and clever. She is. She operates just like the wanton supremacists, if you ask the queen, honey. She must have learned it from them. I'm just curious as to if she learned it from them prior to or after going to prison. Make it all make sense. Wig. I'm about to. Okay? I am about to. Now I want y'all to listen to this bullshit Wig is spewing. She's clearly nefarious. And if this doesn't prove it, I don't know what will. I cannot. Listen.
I'm going to try to distract from our message. I'm trying to tell you that in advance. Thank you, Engaging Black, for saying I look lovely. Thank you, beautiful. Make sure that the people that's sitting here trying to lie about records that our open enemies gave us, make sure those that's doing the work of the feds, this is just rumors I'm hearing, make sure that those among us aren't doing the work of the feds. Talk black to me. Make sure you're not hanging out with knuckleheads and stuff that's attacking the very people that's trying to you.
Now, I've heard enough. I want y'all to listen while I break it on down. Wig said she's hearing rumors of people out here being the feds. First of all, she's not hearing rumors. She's starting them. I want y'all to pay attention. She's starting the rumors. She's not hearing nothing. She's starting them. Now, here's the thing. She didn't say my name because she knows not to. But at the end of the day, what she's doing is she's painting narratives. She's trying to say, and she continues to say, that's prison babble. Absolutely, Just Biz. Let me put that on the screen, baby. Hold on. This chat, hold on. Feds come running. Feds come and run, wig run. Okay? Absolutely. But let me say this. Now, like I said, Wig is good at what she does. You have to give the devil his due. Because the thing of it is this. She is a carefully crafted manipulator. That's all she's doing. She's manipulating people and she's twisting narratives. Now, she said that she didn't say me, but she said that somebody is producing fraudulent doctored documents. You all saw the documents, and for those of you who missed it, need I show it again? I played a whole video on yesterday morning. I think it was yesterday morning. No, I'm sorry. It wasn't yesterday morning. It was the day before in the evening. But I played a whole video of the Freedom of Information Act, how you can file for the Freedom of Information Act to get Wig's documentation while she was federally charged, convicted, and did time. So she can sit here and try to tell these nefarious lies. B. Zilla said, oh, please. Absolutely, but B. Zilla, she needs to stop. But here's the thing. I want y'all to pay attention. If she was so innocent, why does she keep talking about it? I want y'all to listen good. Why does she keep talking about it every day if she was so innocent? Why does she keep on talking about it every day on a different video, but yet she never brings any receipts? Now, she got time to talk about it video after video. These people who is agents, these people who is confederate against her, these people who is feds, these people, they lying on your dear sister. They lying on your dear sister, family. They out here acting as agents. They traitors, family. They using the same documents that they use, that the federal government used to put your black brothers in prison. This is her. This is her, the victim. Never mind those black folks she left homeless in her wake of a reign of terror, lies, and deceit. Now I want to ask y'all a question. And y'all are smart black people. You have common sense and critical thinking skills. Now I want to ask y'all this. If I was lying, showing fraudulent documents, and I've done about 6 or 7 videos on Wig thus far. This is probably the 8th. I would have stopped long ago, but she keeps going, so I keep going. I told y'all that. I'm the Energizer Bunny at this. So the thing is, if I was producing and doctoring documents and all this was false, why hasn't she shown anything to substantiate her claims? Because I've substantiated mine on more than one occasion. On the first video, the interview that I did with Angel Love, Wig's former right-hand man, so to speak, I produced at least 10 documents of court records. So now, Wig, I must produce another because you just keep talking. I don't know when she gonna learn. I'm not the one for you to mess with. Now, my channel's banned, and I want y'all to listen to this. She's sitting here hitting. She's not going to come out and directly say it because she's careful how she chooses her words, just like the queen is. But here's the thing. She's trying to imply that I'm the agent. Talking about these as rumors. Nobody's telling her these things. She's starting these rumors herself. Miss Me With It Wig. She's telling on herself. Because didn't I tell you all, and didn't Angel Love, her former right-hand man, tell you all that Wig would send her minions to flag people's channels and get them banned and get their videos removed? Didn't she say that? Didn't Angel Love tell y'all that? And I told y'all that too. And my channel got taken down, snatched. My other channel got snatched for a whole 8 months. I lost monetization. And now, here we go. My channel is banned again. Now, if y'all don't think Wig and her minions had a hand in that, I don't know what to tell you. You think it's a coincidence that I was going in on her hard in the paint? And then all of a sudden, my channel's banned? Wig, you're not going to stop nothing. I have numerous of channels, and I will continue to go in on you as I see necessary. Now, let me start dropping receipts. I'm going to save the document for last, though. I'm just going to show y'all a few things. All right, check this out. I want to show y'all how nefarious she can be. Y'all should know by now. Claudette said, no coincidence. Juju said, wig on a platter. Okay. Lamarcus said, hers will be gone soon. All right. I hope it does. Asha said, in my opinion, Vicki's followers are very close to drinking the Kool-Aid. Honey, they've already drank the Kool-Aid, beloved. They have already drank the Kool-Aid, and that's just facts. Okay. Sadak said, we do not need division at this time. Well, let me tell you something. Yes, we do, Sadak. I'm glad you said that. I'm so glad you said that. We do not need, let me put your comment on the screen. We do not need division at this time. You're absolutely wrong. We do need division. Let me tell you something, honey. Like Wig would say herself, there has to be a separation between the wheat and the tares. And let me say this. Do you not remember, because obviously you don't, when the Haitians in 1804 led the revolution, right, against their oppressors, the first thing they did was get rid of the collaborators amongst them, the ones who were Confederate against them, the ones who were traitors, and throwing the rest of them under the bus. Wig is the traitor that she speaks of. Wig is the one that has attachments to the feds that she speaks of. Didn't you go to federal prison? Wasn't she committing federal crimes? Let's talk about feds, Wig. All right. So don't tell me we don't need division at this time. Here's where you need to shut up. Because first of all, I do diligent work in this community and in the new Black news media. I report on all its important topics that need to be reported on. I fight the good fight. You think because I spend an hour out of my day when there's 24 hours in a day and I come on live 5 and 6 days a week, twice a day, more than many people, do you think that because I spend 1 hour talking about Wig, giving her the ever-loving business that she talks of, do you think that that's taken away from what I'm really doing, the real work? Are you slow, as Wig would say? I'm curious. Please don't sit here and tell me about we don't need division. There's always going to be division. You don't know that? There's always going to be division. The Bible says only a remnant of Israel shall be saved. So that should let you know all of us ain't going to be saved. And if all of us ain't going to be saved, that's division. The Bible also says my people perish from lack of knowledge. So some of y'all ain't going to get it. Some of y'all gonna keep listening to Wig and drinking her Kool-Aid. Now, I already proved with receipts that she's just like Peter Popoff. She said herself she's a magnetic witch. What good God-fearing person who loves and honors the Most High calls themselves a witch and tries to pass it off as spirituality from our ancestors? Miss me with it. Now, say something else stupid if you want to, and I will be forced to ban you from this channel, honey, because I don't have time for it. Don't sit here and try to cape for Wig. Don't sit here and try to tell me how to handle my enemy who is Confederate against me. Don't try to tell me what to say and do about a person who got my own channel snatched for 8 months, who made me lose money out my pocket while they stole my spiritual teachings and made money off of it in their webinars. Don't tell me how to handle that. Don't tell me how to handle it. Because if anything ticks me off, it's somebody who got nothing to do with it, who don't know the stuff that goes on and has going on behind the scenes. They'll sit here and try to tell me how to handle my open enemy. Wig is my enemy. She said I was her enemy first. She drew first blood. So now this is where it's at. So don't try to check me, tell me nothing, advise me on nothing as it pertains to Vicki Renee Dillard, because I got this. Now I'm gonna give her that work, like she said, when she talks about the League of Mammies, LOM. I'm gonna tell y'all what LOM really stands for. LOM really stands for League of Minions, because that's what she got. She got a whole league of minions, and she uses them, directs them, delegates them to go out here and do all sorts of nefariousness, getting people's channels blocked, videos snatched down, lying, deceiving, manipulating. She sells them fraudulent things and says the ancestors will be connected to them. If you're too stupid to realize that a person like Vicki Dillard is a detriment to our community, if you're too stupid to realize that she is using cons, manipulation, and gaslighting and deflecting to gather bags, to show no receipts, and to try to make people look like they're coming at her for no reason and she's all innocent, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Sadiq, you must be one of Wig's minions. You can miss me with it. Don't tell me about division. There's going to always be division. You see, you cannot stand in truth and be aligned with lies. Let me say that again for those of y'all who missed it. You cannot stand in truth and be aligned with lies. That's a quote from the Queen, original. Write it on down. Okay, I don't have to steal people's stuff. I don't have to steal their talking points. I don't have to plagiarize their works and writings. I don't have to do any of that. I'm a creator myself, just like the Most High, as we all are. For ye are gods born of the Most High. But some of y'all don't know that you're God, so you got to sit there and try to bring down other gods. You got to steal from other gods, try to take credit for other gods' work. Wig. And so with that all being said, don't get me started. Well, too late, clearly, but I'm just saying, if it's anything that gets under my skin, if somebody trying to tell me how to deal with Wig, can't nobody tell me how to deal with my enemy? If you got an enemy, do you want me to call you up so they can tell you how to deal with them and tell you we don't need, this ain't a time for division. We need to be worried about Massa. Wig works for Massa, so please miss me with it. All right, she works for Massa. Please. I don't have time for it, but let me don't get me off track. Let me show these ever-loving receipts. And y'all pay attention. Sitting here talking about, you know what you're not going to do, Mr. Sadiq? You are none of the rest of Wig's minions. What you not going to do is shame me into not talking the truth, speaking the truth about this devil. She's a whole devil. And if she wasn't, she would have given atonement for the nefarious thing she did against elderly Black folk that left them homeless out here on these streets. Miss me with it. Miss me with it. Pure character doing a classic mic drop. Thank you, beloved, and thank you for your kind contribution. Peace, love, and blessings to you. I mean, at the end of the day, there has to be division. Some of us should not be dealing with the nefarious ones of us, or some of us can't deal with some of us. And that's just what it is. You see, some of us stand in righteousness and truth. Some of us are nefarious and low vibrational and out here plotting, scheming, and lying. Let me ask you this, Mr. Sadiq. If you think this ain't a time for division, then do you also think that we or somebody like myself should be hanging out with thugs and drug dealers who out here killing Black people doing drive-bys? You think we should be hanging out with them? Is that what you're trying to say? Those people are menaces to society. And so is Wig. She just menacing in a different way. So you think we should be hanging out with the thugs that kill our people in our community, the people that commit Black on Black crime, as the others call it? You think we should be hanging out with them, huh? And inviting them over for dinner, tea, and all that? There has to be some level of division, and to say otherwise shows your lack of common sense and your inability to exercise critical thinking skills. Warrior says the Bible promotes division, truth from lies, right from wrong, holy from unholy. Thank you, beloved. I couldn't have said it better myself. I could not have said it better myself. You are absolutely right. Now that's speaking truth to power. That is, let me put this up on the screen, honey. Yes. Read it, Mr. Sadiq. That's absolutely truth. No lies detected. Thank you, beloved. I couldn't have said it better myself. So let me continue. Because we ain't going to keep getting this work till she stops playing the victim. And we know she ain't going to stop. So I ain't going to stop sitting here talking about feds and agents and this and that. And then I want y'all to pay attention to how slick she is. She speaks with a forked tongue, beloveds. She says things like, they're the ones who is against us. They are the ones who use the same documents that they use to put us in jail. Us. The only person I know that went to jail for what you did is you. Boo. Oh, I'm sorry. That's incorrect. Her accomplices, like Thaddeus Jackson. a woman that she worked and conspired with. And then she said on one of her lives, according to what someone told me, they said she was like, I just bought 19 houses. I just bought 19 properties. They spreading false documents. She did buy 19 houses fraudulently. She didn't buy them legally. She bought them fraudulently. And that's why she got convicted of 18 counts of bank fraud and 18 counts of wire fraud. Wig, let me tell you something. Let me tell all y'all something. I want y'all to pay attention. Now, those of you with critical thinking skills and with an ear to listen, please do. I want y'all to know this. Any black person, or shall I say, like Wig says, black looking person with synthetic hair, any black person who would defraud their own community and give zero else and not even give atonement, not even be so gracious as to offer an apology. And then further, when called out on their nefarious BS, they try to lie and act like they're the victim and say that feds are coming at them and try to liken people to feds and all that. If I was a fed, if I was an agent, why is my channel the one that got banned and not hers? Last I checked, they love for feds to be on YouTube. Remember Grandmaster Jay? His channel never got banned, even though he was on there blatantly making threats of murder, talking about kidnapping a mayor and his children. They never banned his channel. They never snatched his channel down. Y'all noticed that, right? So if I was a fed, an agent, or lying on Wig, how come? I want y'all to pay attention. How come my channel is banned right now? How come that same channel got snatched, terminated for 8 months? I'm saying I had to go to court with ScrewTube. Did Wig have to go to court with ScrewTube? Has Wig's channel ever gotten banned? When she was on Dr. Boyce's channel, Fly Nubian Queen, was she ever banned? Now, I know she tried to lie one time. In fact, she didn't try. She actually did lie one time. And I got the email. I can pull that up. Because she lied one time on Fly Nubian Queen and said that they took down her video. They lied on her. She was talking about ScrewTube. They took down her video. They lied on her, this, that, and the third. And then told her subscribers to go and send emails to YouTube and tell them to stop lying on her. First of all, she was the one lying. And I'm going to tell you why. Queen, you don't need to explain yourself. I'm one of your day ones. And Wig started this, not you. She started this all the way from Fly Nubian Queen. Thank you, beloved. Thank you for clarifying that. Absolutely, she did. And I thank you for clarifying that for those who don't know. All right. Thank you for your contribution too, beloved. She did. She started this. And so here's the thing. For those of you who are upset, bothered that I'm still talking about it, you don't get to tell me how long to be mad. You don't get to tell me how long to be upset. Okay? You don't get to do that. Now I'm going to tell you like this. I normally wouldn't even say this, but I must admit that I was actually a little hurt when Wig first started doing her little slick subliminal stuff against me. I was actually a little hurt. And the reason being is because I looked at her as a black woman who's out here inspiring people and all that. She's the reason I started watching Fly Nubian Queen. And I told her that to her face in 2020, October 23rd of 2020. I remember the date because we had a all black women's virtual conference that Dr. Boyce sponsored. And Wig was the moderator, and I was one of the speakers. And I told her that at the close of the convention. Now, with that all being said, do you think I'm hating on somebody who I once praised? Do you think I'm hating on someone who I once was inspired by? And I was a little hurt because the things that I thought of her turned out to not be true. And I was hurt because another black woman came against me for no reason. I had done nothing to Wig. I had never said a mumbling word about her. And let me just tell you something. And people that are my day ones like CH464 can verify this. When people first started telling me that Wig was hating on me and she was doing all this stuff behind the scenes and stealing my talking points and all that, I did not believe it. I said, no, that's probably just a coincidence. No, she probably just wanted to talk about the same story and use, maybe we think alike. But then, even my own sister had told me that Wig was throwing subliminals at me and that she was saying stuff about me and using my talk points. My own sister told me. And I said, no, I don't think that woman's doing that. She probably just had the same, thinking the same as I am about the situation. But no, the more I sat back and watched and listened, the more it was obvious to me. And let me just give y'all an example of one of the subliminals she threw, so y'all know where I'm going or what I'm trying to say. So you all already know that I went to college for criminal justice. I told you that numerous of times. Keep up the excellent work. Thank you, beloved. Thank you for your contribution and your kind words. You all know that I have spoken to you numerous of times about how I went to school for criminal justice, and I was covering the Breonna Taylor trial, the murder trial for Breonna Taylor. I was covering that very heavy. And the reason is because not only, was I hurt that this Black woman was murdered by the police unjustly, but also because I was raised in Louisville, Kentucky, where Breonna Taylor was killed at. And at the end of the day, I have connections there. And so I was probably the first person, or I think I was the first person to post the grand jury audio from Breonna Taylor's case on YouTube. But here's the thing. Here's the first subliminal that I really started paying attention to, I think. When I was talking about Breonna Taylor's case one day on Fly Nubian Queen, and I was talking about my knowledge of a grand jury and how it works. And I said, because I went to college for criminal justice. Later on that day, Wig came on and did her broadcast. And this is what she said. Pay attention. Now, let me repeat what I said again. Then I'm going to tell you what Wig said. And you tell me if this wasn't a whole subliminal. This is when I had to say, okay, this woman really is throwing jabs at me. Because I'm telling you, Jawara Karega, you in the chat, he used to tell me the same thing. Send me emails that she's throwing subliminals at me, and that she's hating on me, and that she's using my talking points and even my catchphrases. So with that all being said, I'm going to repeat it again. I was talking about my knowledge of a grand jury and how they work. And I noted that I know these things because I went to college for criminal justice. That was in the morning when I did my broadcast. By that evening, when Wig came on, Wig said, and I quote, and I'm not verbatim, I'm paraphrasing, but she said something along the lines of, yeah, and I know about grand juries. I don't need a degree to know about them. I know about them because I was in the belly of the beast. That's what she said. So she threw a jab at me. Here's another jab she threw. She said one day, after I said something about my schooling and stuff or whatever, my education, she said, some of y'all go to college and spend $100,000 on college, but you can't even get a job making $30,000. That's a jab. And the reason I know it was directed at me, because I started to see a pattern that when she would say these things, it was later on during the same day that I had said something earlier. So those are clearly subliminals and jabs. That's how this whole thing started. Let me give you one more before I continue. Wig had announced on Fly Nubian Queen that she had gotten to 10,000 subscribers, and she thanked everybody on her personal channel that she'd gotten up to 10,000 subscribers. 3 weeks later, and mind you, she's had that channel for years, but 3 weeks later, with my new channel, the one that's banned now, I had only been on there less than a year, like maybe 7 or 8 months, and I was already at 10,000 subscribers. So when I hit 10,000, I came on Fly Nubian Queen, and I thanked my subscribers too. Wig didn't like that because I said thank you for 10,000 subscribers 3 weeks after she did it, and she'd been on there for years. She didn't like that. So you know what she did? Somebody brought this to my attention. She went on Twitter and she posted, yeah, some people like to do things in a sprint. I do things in a marathon. Some people like to do things fast. And the people who do things fast, they're nothing but one-hit wonders and copycats. Now, she said that the same day that I thanked the people for giving me 10,000 subscribers. And so she basically was saying, just because you got 10,000 subscribers so fast, you ain't nothing but a copycat and a one-hit wonder. You'll be gone soon. That's what she was basically saying. Another thing is, y'all remember I used to say the Mayo Clinic? I used to use that phrase. Now, the Mayo Clinic is actually a site that I go to get medical information. But I started calling the others that, the Mayo Clinic. And so Wig used that catchphrase one day. So a couple of days later on my broadcast, somebody put it in the chat that Wig used that catchphrase that I coined. And so I said, yeah, I did coin that. And I told them where I got it from. That same day, before my live was even through, soon as I got off the live, she had already posted in the YouTube community, when your original expect to be copied. Now, when she said that, I thought she was trying to tell me that because I'm original, she can copy me if she wants to. That's how I took it. She said, when you're original, expect to be copied. So I was like, okay, she's telling me because I'm original, I should know that I'm going to be copied. But then when I talked to Jawara Karega, who used to be one of Wig's biggest supporters and subscribers, Jawara said, no, Queen. What she's saying is that she's original and you copying her. That's what she's trying to say. And I said, well, I don't know why she's saying that, because she clearly used my talking point, my catchphrase. I don't use hers. You don't never hear me say talk black to me. If I wanted to use it, I could, because she didn't coin that phrase. Dr. Khalid Muhammad did. I'm just saying. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm a better representative of Dr. Khalid Muhammad than she could ever be. Miss me with it, Wig. But let me go on and show these receipts. Thank you for all of the super chats, beloveds. I can't get to everybody. But thank y'all. I just know that I see you and I love you and I appreciate you. And I love all of my royals. Okay, so here, let me put this up on the screen. Okay. Y'all can see that, right? This says, I need the Beehive to go on this page and comment as I have about him having Messy X on his platform. They talk about Michi, calling her Messy X. He said he didn't know about all the things she said about the queen. Not Queen Ahmadiyyah, Queen Vicki. That's who. And I want y'all to pay attention, honey. She was never calling herself Queen Vicki. She was just Vicki Dillard. Then all of a sudden, because I'm Queen Ahmadiyyah, she started putting on her little YouTube community post, Queen at Vicki. Sit down. She never called herself a goddess guru until I started calling myself the authentic Black goddess. And I started Authentic Black Goddess TV, my other channel. Now she's a goddess guru. Please sit down and wait. Now, goes on to say, I need the Beehive to go to this page and comment as I have about him having Messy X on his platform. He said he didn't know about all the things she said about the queen. Please tag the queen in your comments. The Beehive is on his ace about this one. That's because what Wig had done, beloveds, she had told her people to go and flag this man's channel, just like she had people flag my channel. That's why my channel's banned. She said, well, I can't say that that's why the channel's banned now, but she has done that before and got my channel banned. But with that all being said, it would be safe to assume that that's why the channel's banned now, right? I mean, it could be more than a coincidence, as far as I'm concerned. Certainly seems like it. Now, so with that all being said, hold on. I want y'all to see this picture because this is what really ticked me off. This is what really ticked me off. Let me try to download this so I can show you all these children on here, these beautiful Black children. Because this should let you know Wig doesn't care about anyone. She doesn't care about anyone. No, there's no stooping too low. There's nothing that she won't do to get her nefarious agenda across. Now, y'all see those kids? I tried to enlarge it, but y'all see those kids, right? All those little Black kids. Beautiful Black children of our own community. Wig was so angry and mad at the man who was sponsoring that event for those children that she was so mad that he was working with Michi X, as she called Messy X, when she's the one who's messy Wig. And pay attention, she even copied Michi X. Didn't she start calling herself Vicki Dillard, Vicki X Dillard or something like that? Please miss me with it. So Jim Jones wig wash. Otis, let me put that on the screen, honey. Otis, you're a mess. Otis said Jim Jones wig washing. Absolutely. All right. Absolutely is what it is. Wig washing. The wig washing of it all. All right. So she was so upset that this person worked with Michi that she didn't give a darn about those little black kids. And I want y'all to marinate on that. She's the same person who an elderly lady had to sue. Her and her nefarious, sophisticated gang of thugs. That's what it said in the court documents. Said they were a sophisticated fraud ring. Vicki Dillard and her thugs. She talking about fake receipts. I'm going to show y'all another receipt. Since you want to play with the queen, I'm going to show y'all another receipt. Because she still haven't shown y'all one. So I'm just saying, honey, don't tell me about division. Jawara said, expose the fraudulent wigster. Okay, she ain't no trickster. She's a wigster. Make it all make sense, wig. I'm sure you cannot. I'm so sure you cannot. Now I want y'all to see this too. I want y'all to see this foolishness. Check this out. Now this right here, let me enlarge. You see this key right here? You see that key? That's the key that she said could put you in touch with the ancestors. That's what she told her people in that webinar, right? She said that's the key that'll put you in touch with the ancestors. Now let me show y'all something. Let me show y'all a little something. And she charged, I want y'all to pay attention. She charged them $27 for this little old key. And I told y'all in the other video that I broke down that she charged them that $27 because she's using the 27th law of power from the 48 laws of power on her people to create a cult-like following. It said this type of people that use this law, what they'll do is they play upon people's fantasies, their need to believe in something. And they use that to create a cult-like following. Now I want y'all to pay attention. Y'all are my subscribers, the royals, the loyal royals. Loyal royals. Have I ever told you all to go flag anyone's channel ever? Have I ever asked you to tell lies on anyone ever? Have I ever enlisted any of you, moderators included? Have I ever enlisted any of you to go flag anyone's channel, spread lies, malicious gossip, and rumors to anyone, spam somebody? Have I ever asked any of y'all to do that? But Wig has. Now, it wasn't just one person that said it. It wasn't just Angel Love. Mr. Hotel came on live and said it. Ashara came on live and said it. These are people who loved Wig, who were loyal to her. Y'all think they lying? Y'all think they hating? Now, Wig can sit there and say what she want to say about me, say I'm lying, producing fake documents and all that, but the documents speak for themselves. And I think it's very interesting that she's sitting up here trying to insinuate, imply that I have done fraudulent documents, produced fraudulent documents when she had someone to produce fraudulent documents about Angel Love. And we know she did it. She think we don't know, but we know. And at the end of the day, she shared this stuff all over the internet, and she put Angel's social security number all over the internet. Now, y'all gonna sit here and cape for this woman? Y'all gonna say this woman is B1? She has really put Angel's life in jeopardy. She put her address, her real address. She put her social security. She put her birth date, everything. That's dangerous. But I want to tell y'all this. Y'all could say what y'all want to say about Angel Love, because some people from Wig's camp was trying to say Angel could never be trusted. Angel's this, Angel's that. At the end of the day, Angel didn't put nothing out about Wig that could get her killed. She didn't do that. Because Angel knows Wig's personal phone numbers, plural, because she's more than one. She knows Wig's mother, Patricia Evans Dillard. She knows her mother's phone number. She knows Wig's address. Did she put any of that stuff online? Did Angel do any of that? No. Even after Wig did it to her. Now I want you to see how nefarious this witch is. But let me talk about this key real quick. Because somebody sent me this. Now, this is the one that Angel Love sent me, but I'm going to show you the one that somebody else sent me. This key, right? Now, y'all see that. Now, let me go. Oh, hold on. Let me pull that back up. Let me pull that back up because I want y'all to see what Wig really, really did with a sneaky self. This is exactly what I ordered me a key from Amazon. I thought it was only one key, but it was more. So I sent them to her to sell. I can show the receipts. That's what Angel Love said. Now pay attention. Because somebody else sent me something about the key too. Let's get into it. Wig. Here it is right here. Someone sent me this on Twitter a couple of days ago. Thank you, William, beloved, for your contribution. Peace, love, and blessings. Thank all of you who are sending in super chats. I really love y'all and appreciate you all. And what I would never do is con, scam, deceive, lie to any of you and hold webinars where I'm doing all types of inappropriate things, rubbing all over myself, moaning, talking about riding horses. And I ain't talking about the ones with 4 legs. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I would never do any such thing. Nor would I ever introduce you to someone who is into occult practices and does things that are clearly nefarious, in my opinion. Just wouldn't do it. I teach you all about the Most High and about our true ancestral spirituality. That's what I do. And I find it interesting that Wig now talks about she's going to start a spiritual university. Pay attention. I started a spiritual channel. Now she wants to start a spiritual university. Are y'all paying attention yet? I started Queen Ahmadiyyah TV, More Than Meets the Third Eye. It's a spiritual channel where you can get your spiritual vitamins. And now all of a sudden, Wig's doing spirituality. Now she's talking about spiritual things. Now she's a whole spiritual guru and all this, a goddess guru. Now she's opening up a spiritual university. If y'all fall for the banana tailpipe, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Now let me show y'all this. Because like I said, somebody sent me this on Twitter the other day. Pay attention, beloveds. This is what it says. The nefarious skeleton key located. Hope you find this useful. Now I want y'all to pay more attention to this at the bottom. Hold on. I want y'all to pay more attention to this at the bottom. You see that? 60 pieces. 60 pieces. Now let me tell y'all why I said 60 pieces. That key, that wig wearer, that key that she sold to people for $27. Y'all can go on Amazon right now and purchase 60, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, 60 of those keys for $27. Y'all see the fraud here? Now she done bought keys that she paid $27 for 60 of them and sold each one of those 60 keys for $27. Now, if y'all don't know she ain't about nothing but money, if y'all don't know she ain't nothing, she don't care nothing about black folks, she is not B1. If she cared about black folk, why was the Archbishop Josita C. Williams, PhD, why was that woman left homeless on the streets? Why was that woman left homeless? And why did she have to go file a civil suit against Wig and her sophisticated frog ring? No, but don't y'all worry. Because there's more coming for Wig. There's more coming for Wig. Let me keep pulling up these receipts, though. Now I want y'all to see this. Pay attention, beloveds. The Queen's making it all make sense for those who have sense. Y'all see that? Witch. She's admitting she's a whole witch. Change said devil in a wig dress. Absolutely. She said she's a whole witch. And I want y'all to pay attention to something else, though. You see how she tried to break down the word witch and try to act like it ain't nothing nefarious? Let me tell y'all something. First of all, black people are not supposed to be practicing or studying Wiccan or Wicca. Wicca, the practice of Wicca is what witches do. We're not witches. We're supposed to be spiritualists. Now pay attention, because here's the thing. Y'all see how she sit up there holding up that tablet? Don't y'all remember when the Queen held up that tablet and I broke down how the energy travels and all that stuff? Y'all remember that? Hold on. Let me leave that on the screen while I see if I can pull this video up real quick. I'm not sure exactly when I did that video, but let me see if I can find it real quick. Just give me a couple of minutes. Just give me a couple of minutes to find it, beloveds. Because I showed you all on a video, I was breaking something down. Hold on. Well, I've actually done that numerous of times, but hold on. Hold on. If I can't find it in the next minute or so, I'm going to have to continue. I don't want to be wasting too much time looking for it. But there was a broadcast I did, and I was showing you all The power of words. Like I said, I've done this numerous of times, showing you all stuff, but this one in particular, hold on. Anyway, I wish I could remember the exact name of that video. Let me look one more place. Because she sits there and acts like somebody is worried about her, obsessed with her. Honey, I'm talking about you not because I'm obsessed. I'm talking about you because I'm mad. I'm pissed off. That's the truth. With the lies and deceit and the false narratives that she's trying to push. I can't find it because I don't remember the name of that video. But for those of you who may remember, let me just ask y'all this. Put ones in the chat if you remember. Eagle Wisdom said, Wig is a desperate con. The motivator is that she has to pay back $2 million and she don't have it. I agree. I'd like to know how much of that restitution she's paid back, that $2.5 million that she owes from fraud, defrauding all those people. Okay, so y'all putting ones in the chat. Okay, great. So you all remember that I did a broadcast where I was talking about how we cast spells with words, and I was showing you all, and I held up my tablet that I keep, because I keep my notes and stuff. I held up my tablet, and I showed you all the word test, right? And I explained to you how the two T's are the representation of a cross, and the letter E is the representation of energy, and the letter S is the path that the energy travels, and the cross is a persecution, and they put you in a trap, and they try to direct the flow of your energy down the path you travel. I told y'all that. So when I did all of that, Wig said, oh, let me go break some stuff down and put it on a pad and show it. I'm going to break down the word witch and make it all make sense so they can't think I'm nefarious. Say what, Wig? Please stop. It's getting pathetic and old at this point. But let me continue with these receipts because I'm going to give her that everlasting work like she loves to say. That's what I'm going to do. Here is a better picture of Michi and those kids. Here it is right here. Now I'm going to let y'all read what it says, and I want y'all to just marinate on this, if you could, beloveds, as to how nefarious Wig is. Like I told you, for doing this to these poor black children. Getting a video taken down, honey. What a low life. What a low life piece of shite Wig is. See that? That's Michi with all the kids and the guys who platform she was on. Blue Pill. And here's what it says. Read it yourself. It says, Blue Pillar 44 linked up with some amazing people today and sat on a panel about educating our youth with at Baba Million, at Michi X, at Q Butter, and the KTL. They say, you say it's about the children. This is what not Angel Love. This is what somebody said on here. This person is obviously one of Wig's minions. Okay. This is obviously one of Wig's minions. At the end of the day, they say at Blue Pillar 44, you say it's about the children. Is she the example you want the children to follow? Do you want to be associated with a woman who says at Vicki Dillard has a colostomy bag, which she doesn't? But even if she did, is that something? And I don't see the rest, but goes on to say, yes, I definitely understand, and I believe you were unaware of this. No worries. I will share more to your DM with clips just to bring you up to speed. I'm sure you will handle it. Now I want y'all to pay attention. That's what Wig got one of her minions to do. Just like she used to get Angel Love, her right-hand man, to go and flag people's channels. Just like she has used Warren Muhammad to do covert things that he had no business doing. With that all being said, thank you, Desmond, for your contribution, beloved. Peace, love, and blessings to you. With that all being said, Wig did that, even though this was a whole program for them to help children. for them to help little black children, to teach them about self-love, to uplift and elevate and motivate them. But because she don't like Michi, she wants to tear down anything that Michi's attached to. She wants to tear down anyone that works with Michi. And she sent her minions to tell Blue Pillar, oh, you working with Michi? Is this the person you want to represent? And then they said, I'll send you more in your DMs. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? Yes, LaMarcus, shout out to Michi. Robin said, I'm not praying for a scamming witch. I'm not either. I stopped praying for Wig yesterday. You see, I was praying for her to give atonement for her sins, praying for her to come back to the right fold and not the devil's fold. I was praying for her. I told y'all that we should pray for our sister, but she's no longer my sister. She's the devil's daughter, and the devil's daughter ain't my sister because I'm a child of the Most High. You understand what I'm saying? So with that all being said, I can't pray for you no more, Wig. It's time for you to pray for yourself and beg for atonement. I even asked her to come on my platform and challenge anything that I said, because it's funny that she could sit behind my back on her platform and insinuate and imply without saying my name, throwing subliminals as she always does because she's a whole coward, and say and imply that somebody's an agent, somebody's against her, targeting her. Well, I am targeting her for the truth. I'm targeting her with receipts. I'm targeting her with righteousness. That's what I'm targeting her with. Now, I'm no saint by far, but I am walking a path of truth against Wig and her nefariousness. I've not told one lie on this woman. She could sit there and say all this BS that she wants to say, but at the end of the day, the truth is the light, and let the light lead the way. So I'm led by the truth. Pay attention. Now, let me show these receipts. Now, I already told y'all how she sat up and sold those darn keys, 27 of them for 60 of them for $27, and then turned around and sold them. Let me let y'all see this comment that somebody said about Wig, and it's all true. Let me let y'all see this comment that somebody posted about Wig with her nefarious self. Now it says, hey, Vicki, why does it appear that you have morphed into replicating these stereotypes via your platform? What next? You'll be twerking and on the pole? Focus. You know why? You know why? Because she clearly reminds me of a Jezebel, somebody with a Jezebel spirit. But this is what they asked her. They asked her this. Why does it appear that you have morphed into replicating these stereotypes via your platform? What next? You'll be twerking on a pole? This is her own subscriber. Just so you know, this ain't my subscriber that posted this. This is her subscriber. They got questions. All right. And then someone else said, I didn't want to believe it. This is another person that used to be her subscriber. I didn't want to believe it. If she gained financial success, she would turn minstrel. But we're getting there. I hope Vicki realizes she doesn't have to throw money and material around to display success, and that showing more skin doesn't equate to being beautiful or empowering. Facts. I have to agree. But let me say this. Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Never said she definitely did morph in our faces. Let me tell you something, beloved. That's the thing, though. She didn't morph. She didn't morph. This is who she really is and how always has been. You see, she just put up a facade. And I'm going to tell y'all, I want y'all to pay attention. When she was on Fly Nubian Queen, she dressed more classy than trashy because that was Dr. Boyce's platform. So she had to carry herself in a different way because Dr. Boyce, I'm sure, we're going to have her dressing like, the whore of Babylon, no less. But now that she's on her own platform on a regular, she's showing her true colors. She hasn't morphed into anything, beloved. She hasn't changed. She's still the person she's always been. She's just showing her true colors, being her authentic self. That's who she really is. Okay, Saturday said twerking on a pole. If Wig ever twerked on the pole, the only thing folk would see are double. No, you didn't. Saturday, you are wrong for that, honey. Clearly the Ferris. Let me put that up on the screen, honey. Said if Wig twerked on the pole, the only thing folk would be able to see are double. All right, please. I love it. Thank you for your contribution, beloved. Peace, love, and blessings. And here's the thing. And here is the thing, honey. Wig needs to have several seats because I done told her about messing with the queen. I don't know what she's going to learn. I don't know when she's going to get it. I don't know when she's going to use her prophetic prowess that she claims to have. When she's going to learn to use it for good, for constructive energy rather than destructive. I'm just curious. Now, I want y'all to see this. I'm about to pull up Terrain Hicks, her ace boon coon, her new ace boon coon, Terrain Hicks. Pay attention, you all. Okay, so now this is the man that I've talked to you about on several occasions, the occultist who is the person who has the occult college with a K. This man here, yes, him. He is the one that she invites to her webinars, right? And they talk about the tea and all that stuff. Now I want y'all to listen to this. I want y'all to listen to this because I'm going to play for you. Let me make sure I can pull up this receipt. Let me make sure I can pull up this receipt. I want you all to hear this. I want you all to hear this because you know that coffee that they talk about on the video with me and Angel Love, I believe it was, where they was talking about that coffee and stuff. How the coffee was a virgin or it came from a volcano that was a virgin and there's always spirits on coffee when you make coffee and all this and that. Yeah. Hold on. Let me send this to my email real quick. I'm going to send y'all a picture of this so-called coffee. I'm going to not send it to you, but I'm going to put it up on the screen. This so-called coffee of which they speak. The coffee with spirits. That if you drink more than 3 glasses per day, omens, bad omens will come upon you. You know what they said in that webinar? Child boo. Okay, so now I've just sent that to my email, but so let me play for you the chant that was posted to Terrain Hicks's, I believe it's posted to his Instagram, Dark Lordism. Anybody call themselves a Dark Lord and you follow behind them, you sound and look crazy. Okay, now they can sit there and say this is African spirituality, your ancestors' spiritual practices, all they want. But if it were so, why would you call it Dark Lordism? Why would he call himself that? Now I want y'all to listen close. This is him on the screen, and this is what he posted to his Instagram. Let me put on my glasses real quick, and don't y'all laugh because my glasses don't match because I broke my black ones. But hold on. After the most dynamic lecture on, listen to this. This is what he posted on Instagram, and this is what it says. After the most dynamic lecture on wine-infused volcanic coffee, I am pleased to announce that we are sold out. Coffee being charged now and will be shipped by tomorrow morning. So what now? Volcanic charged coffee. Y'all heard it. Now let y'all hear the chant that he posted. I guess this is the chant he puts on that coffee. Lord have mercy. Pray for yourselves if you drink any of it. I've heard enough. I have heard enough. Kenya said, not the spectacles. Yes, honey. Oh. Rodney said, drag her every chance you get, Queen, because she started. Absolutely, beloved. Thank you. Absolutely, she did. But we're going to see how it ends. That's what we're going to do, beloved. We're going to see how this all ends. Now, y'all heard the chant. Is that the chant they do over the coffee? Well, I guess so. That's what it looked like. That's what it sounds like. Now, let me show y'all the coffee. The latest from the occult college. Pay attention. And he should be glad I'm talking about his occult college because I'm actually giving him free advertisement in wig too. Okay, so they should be glad, not mad. I'm not trying to ban their channels. I'm not trying to flag their channels. I don't care. At the end of the day, I'm just going to keep calling them out. That's what I'm going to keep doing. Y'all see that? That's what it says. The latest from the occult college. There it is. Coffee for sale. Wine-infused volcanic coffee. Y'all fall for it if you want to. Fall for it if you want to, beloveds. Okay? Leonard said, that don't sound like nothing from y'all. Exactly. Didn't sound like it to me neither. Sounded like demonic entities getting together to fight. That's what it sounded like. But hold on, I got a receipt I want to show for y'all. Since Wig want to play games. Wig, you gonna learn today. Now, like I said, I've shown you all this receipt before, but I didn't show all that was in it. So let's get into it. Since she wants it, and I want y'all to see the top of this, because she's sitting here talking about doctored evidence. First of all, let me say this, beloveds. How could I doctor evidence and documents on her when I don't even know her business like that? This stuff literally has her business in there. I didn't know her husband's name or her ex-husband. I didn't know his name was Jamaica Crow. I didn't know her mother's name was Patricia Evans Dillard. Because remember, I showed y'all the proof that her mother was losing her house. Right? Actually, it wasn't her mother's house. Her mother was listed as a resident of the house while it was being foreclosed on, and her mother filed some type of paperwork. I showed y'all all that because she didn't want to get kicked out on the streets like the other people that Wig targeted for fraud. And again, if I'm lying on Wig, why hasn't she filed any type of defamation lawsuit? Why hasn't she sent me a cease and desist? Oh, that's right, because you can't stop people from telling the truth. That's what you can't do, Wig. Now, y'all see this document, honey. Does this look like it's fraudulent to you? And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to send all of this information to Taharka Bay, because Taharka Bay is the king of receipts on YouTube streets, as far as I'm concerned. We've seen him expose many nefarious people amongst us. And that's what we should do. We should call them out. So I'm going to send these receipts to Taharka Bay because I'm sure he can confirm that these receipts are absolutely 100% authentic. And like I said, you all can do that yourself because I already showed y'all the video on my other, showed y'all the proof on my other video, how you can file for the Freedom of Information Act and get all this stuff yourself. Now, that's not how I got it because I have other ways, right? I have other ways, but at the end of the day, you can file for the Freedom of Information Act and look up anything you want about Tricky, Slicky, Skillard, Wig, Dillard. All right, let me continue. United States of America versus Vicki Dillard Crow. United States Court of Appeals, 10th Circuit. And let me tell y'all something. Do y'all know how stupid I would have to be, how dumb the queen would have to be to make these kind of documents and doctor them with court, the names of courts on there? The United States Court of Appeals, 10th Court. So I'm lying. She didn't really appeal her conviction that she pled to, that she took a plea deal for. She didn't really do that. I'm lying. Wig. The United States of America wasn't against you. How would I know this? How would anyone know it? This is all true. So here's the thing. Don't y'all think that if I made some fake documents, put in the United States Courts of Appeals 10th Circuit on there, that they could likely prosecute me? Because that's fraud. That Wig could sue me? Because that's defamation. She keeps talking about defamation, libel, and slander. Oh, Wig, please sit down. Let me tell y'all something. You know what? I got another receipt to drop too. I almost forgot about it. I'm gonna let y'all hear something else too. But let me just go on and get on to this. Now, I'm gonna read this whole thing. But listen to this. On the last possible day, March 24th of 2015, Crow, that's Wig, submitted a Statute 2255 petition to the legal mail system of the prison in which she was incarcerated, thereby fulfilling the prison mailbox rule. See United States v. Gregg. That's a case of set precedents that they're telling you to refer back to. Did I fraudulently do that? Y'all can just look up the case itself. United States v. Gregg, 182. Y'all can look that up. But anyway, and making her petition timely, even though it was not filed with the court until 6 days later. The petition consisted of 18 ineffective assistance claims relating either to Crow's trial counsel, counsel at sentencing, or appellate counsel. The claims had only bare bones arguments. Bare bones arguments. Bare bones arguments. Y'all know why I keep saying bare bones arguments? Because Wig is always talking about bones and biscuits. And she always talk about bones and biscuits. I find that so funny now that I know she went to court to try to appeal her conviction and she took nothing but bare bones information, according to them, bare bones arguments from somebody who talks about bones and biscuits and used to hold up a dog bone that was bigger than she is. Y'all remember that? Oh, wig, oh, wig, oh, when will you learn? When will you learn? Wig. Well, let me continue. Now, they said the claims had only bare bones arguments and facts to back them up, but included with the petition was a statement by Crow notifying the court that she intended to file a follow-up memorandum of law to better support her claims. So she had to better support her claims. So I made that up. I made it up that she had to bring some more stuff to support her claims. Crow stated that she would submit the memorandum at a time determined by the district court or on or before April 30th, 2015. So I'm making this all up, wig. As the petition was submitted on the last day allowed by statute 2020 or 2255's time limits, this follow-up memorandum would, of course, have come a month past the deadline. But because it appears to be a mutual understanding, the memorandum never came out at all. What happened to the memorandum, wig? 1 week after the district court received Crow's petition, it ordered the government to address within 21 days. 21 days. Don't her and Terrain Hicks, didn't they tell those people in the webinar to drink that coffee or do those chants or something for 21 days? Let me go pull that up. They told her to do it for 21 days. Is that a coincidence? What y'all think? Is that a coincidence? What y'all say about that? Because I remember she said, oh, they asking how many days? And remember, they said 21 days. Pay attention. Now, with that all being said, it could be a coincidence, but I'm just saying. So the order also allowed Crow to reply to the government's response. On April 28th of 2015, the government responded as directed, stating that it found Crow's petition to be timely. So in June of 2015, Crow also filed a reply. Am I lying that she filed a reply? Acknowledging the government's concession on timeliness, affirming that her petition was indeed timely, and stating that she now trusted that this matter is able to proceed since the court's inquiry regarding timing has been addressed. So in other words, beloveds, they were trying to say that Wig didn't file her paperwork on time, but she was able to prove that she did. They said it was a bare bones argument, but she in fact did file her paperwork on time, and she was able to prove that. Queen Candy J said 21 days, hashtag suspicious. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Bryce said Queen Other Channel got blacked. Yes, it's banned. It's banned, beloved. It's banned till next Thursday or Friday. Yep. They got me. Okay, so let's continue. Let's continue. I'm going to show a bit more of this document, and then I'll move on and close out this broadcast, beloveds. Now, make sure y'all can see what I'm looking at, the same thing I'm looking at. Okay. Now, finally, in May of 2016, the district court decided that no follow-up memorandum was forthcoming, and so decided or proceeded to evaluate the bare bones arguments and facts that Crow had already submitted. Let me read that again. Finally, in May of 2016, the district court decided that no follow-up memorandum was forthcoming, and so proceeded to evaluate the bare bones argument and facts that Crow had already submitted. Crow submitted bare bones arguments. Pay attention. Now, with that all being said, just like the bones and biscuits. But anyway, unsurprisingly, it found them severely lacking. Wig was lacking. The ineffective assistance claims that were not duplicative of her prior claims were merely conclusory assertions lacking in specific citations to evidence. The district court found that the failure to file the follow-up memorandum, which might have bolstered Crow's claims, were more in-depth discussion of specific counsel errors. Requires that her statute 2255 might have bolstered, her statute 2255 motion be denied as insufficient. Insufficient. I think we've seen enough, beloveds. So they said her claims were insufficient. Because here's the thing. They wanted her to bring forth a memorandum to prove the claims and the bare bones arguments that she had brought forth and submitted. But she did not do so. And likely she didn't do so because she didn't have any proof. She was trying to insinuate and imply that, in my opinion, that she had ineffective counsel. She was trying to use that in her appeal. Okay? Fraud today. Not God today, like Wig says, but fraud today. How about that, Wig? What you got to say? What you got to say, Wig? This chat is undefeated, says Melanated Beauty. Absolutely, this chat is undefeated, and so is the queen of receipts. I'm the queen of receipts. Wig is the queen of no receipts. When she drops one, then I'll change her title. But until then, and unless she provides sufficient evidence that she has receipts to substantiate the claims that she's saying about fraudulent documentation, about people lying on her and being agents, until she can substantiate that with proof other than just her mere words. And people, remember, beloveds, she's the one who said, and I showed it to y'all yesterday, she's the one who said, she quoted Proverbs 14:15, talking about only simpletons believe everything they hear. She's right. I agree, Wig. I agree for once. Simpletons are the only ones who believe everything they hear. That's why the queen of receipts always brings receipts. Wig does not. She only brings words. She only brings lies and deceit and fraud, scams. That's what she brings. If I'm lying, Wig's flying. All right. Oh, she's the queen of deceit. Y'all are too much. That's what they said. Big Chief said she's the queen of deceit. Exactly. I love it. The queen of deceit versus the queen of receipts. Stay tuned for the next bout because there's more to come, beloveds. And there is more to come. So I'm going to conclude this broadcast. I want to thank you all for tuning in once again to the Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur TV show. Y'all make sure that you do your due diligence and share this video. Share the link to this channel. Like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you let everyone know that I'm on this channel because I have been banned on the other one for a week. But Wig wants to imply and insinuate that I'm the agent, that I'm the one that's working with feds. Now, here's the thing, and I want y'all to pay attention. You see, the people who work with the feds are often criminals. The only reason you would be an informant or an agent working with the feds is because you're a whole criminal and you need to let them back up off you. You need something to gain. Now, I don't have no reason to work with feds or be an agent. I'm not a criminal. I didn't do fed time. I didn't fraud, scam, or con anyone. That's what I didn't do. And like I said, the fact that my channel is banned and the fact that we already know from receipts produced by Angel Love and others that Wig has a habit of getting her minions, directing them to go and flag people's channels to get their videos removed. My video got removed yesterday. So I'm just saying. Now, it could be coincidence. It could just all be a coincidence. But the fact of the matter is, we know Wig does those things. And we know she's a whole liar and a fraud. So we can't believe anything she says. Now, catch me in a lie, and then you can question my integrity, my credibility. But don't listen to Wig, because the mother of lies, which is what she is, how's she going to call somebody else a fraud? She called me a fraud, really? She said the person is showing fraudulent documents. And since I'm the only one showing these documents, because nobody else has exposed Wig to this extent. Nobody else has exposed her with proof and facts and evidence and receipts and documents. Nobody else has done that. So she's clearly calling me the fraud. But it's so funny that she did federal prison time for being a whole fraud, but wants to now imply that I'm one. It's funny that she spent time in the feds with the feds, but she wants to imply that I'm working with them. I have no motivation to work with feds. I'm not a criminal, boo. You are. You are former federal inmates. Now, people working with the feds, people acting as agents, they always have some type of ulterior motive as to why they're doing so. I'm going to leave it like this. I'm not the one that owes the government or owes restitution in the amount of $2.5 million. And y'all should ask yourselves this. If Wig knows that she owes $2.5 million, and I showed the receipts of that, if she knows that she owes $2.5 million, don't y'all find it suspicious that she's out here boasting, posting videos with her bragging about she made $100,000 at the webinar? Don't y'all find it suspicious that she's posting pictures of herself with money all around her? Now, have the feds seen that? I'm just curious, because if you owe $2.5 million, why would you be bragging about the money you make on YouTube? She don't think the feds will be looking at that when she hasn't paid off all that restitution? Or is she working with them so that she don't have to pay off that restitution? I'm not saying she is. I'm just asking the question, since she want to say she heard rumors about somebody being feds and making fake documents. Oh, anyway, and let me just say this, because one of her minions said, stop calling her wigs. She don't wear wigs. I know she don't wear wigs. She wears cheap synthetic hair. And if she can call that stuff on her head curly braids and call herself your sister with the curly braids, when that's not even what it is, I can call her wig. Submits me with it. That's all I'm saying. Those with the evil keys and cuckoo coffee will be coming to you soon with a story, Queen. I know they will, beloved. They absolutely will. Because one day they're going to wake up and smell the coffee. Pun intended, beloved. So thank you for that insight and for your kind contribution. Peace, love, and blessings. With that all being said, Wicked Small, says Jag the Diva. Okay. Now, Jag the Diva, as I remember, you used to be a fan of wigs too. Glad that you're back on the Queen's channel, beloved. I welcome any and all of you who left the Queen to go listen to Wiggy Smalls. I welcome all of you back to the Queen's fold. Because one thing about the Queen, I may be controversial. I may go in sometimes. But one thing I am is fair. I'm fair, and I tell the truth about people, not lies. I don't make up lies on people, and I don't ever play the victim. Okay? Even with Wig doing all this nefarious stuff she's done to me, I'm not the victim. But I am going to be the victor. I'm going to get my justice, because this is the court, right? This is the Queen's court, not Wig. She may bang her gavel. She may shout loud and say, talk black to me. No, talk fraud to me. That's what we should be saying to her. But at the end of the day, I know that I'll be vindicated for all the things that Wig has done subliminally against me. Okay? And with that all being said, I wish you all love, peace, and prosperity. Jag said, I've never really been a fan of wigs, only Michi. Okay, beloved. But at the end of the day, everyone, please like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you spread the word that I'm on this channel until next Friday. And so listen, when I come back next Friday, I do believe that we're going to have another t-shirt giveaway, possibly. And then also, I have another surprise for y'all. I'm not going to say what it is, but I have another surprise for y'all, okay? And don't y'all forget that you can stream my song, The Melanin Within. Make sure you all stream that. It's on Spotify. It's on Amazon Music, iTunes, Apple, and all that stuff. And yeah, make sure Pandora, you name it, okay? And so, Ricky Jones said the stripper, okay? Patah still laughing about Patah Ahmed Ross still laughing about Wiggy Smalls. I love it. Okay, Wiggy Smalls versus what can I call myself? Now it's funny because my last name is Shakur, like Tupac, and she's Wiggy Smalls. Honey, I absolutely love it. Okay, is this East Coast, West Coast beef we having here? Make it all make sense, y'all. Okay, wait, I'm late, Queen. Where you going, honey? Melanated Beauty, you talking about you late, honey? This video is almost 2 hours long, beloved. I'm leaving. I got something to do. Queen Candace said, you didn't need to be vindicated, Queen. Your true royals know what it is. Thank you, beloved. Thank you. So with that all being said, everyone, please like, share, and subscribe. I wish you all love, peace, and prosperity. Each one teach one. Hold on. Make sure you all follow me on Instagram at Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur. You can also follow the Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur fan page. And make sure that you follow me on Twitter at TheGoddess27. Now, I post my links to my videos in the YouTube community on the channels I'm going live on. I can't post on the original one yet, but because of the banning. And also I posted on Twitter. So make sure y'all follow me on those platforms so you can find out, when I'm going live. Thank you, beloved. Never says beautiful queen. Thank you. Okay, so with that I've been said, I wish you all love, peace, and prosperity. Asha said, I love your surprises, queen. Thank you, beloved. I wish you all love, peace, and prosperity. Enjoy the rest of this lovely day. Each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Be the change that you want to see. All right. And also remember to do something constructive and productive, never destructive, like wig. And keep the Most High first in your life. Until next time, beloved royals, I will talk to you all again soon. Peace.
In order for you and me to devise some kind of method or strategy to offset some of the events or a repetition of the events that have taken place here in Los Angeles recently, we have to go to the root. We have to go to the cause. Dealing with the condition itself is not enough.
Dear Mr. Massa, I'm just trying to mind my own business. What's the matter? It's just another day, another black king captured. I'm about to lose my brain, stuck inside this ghetto rapture. I got a lot of smoke. If you want it, you can have it. They want a hat trick, but this is black girl magic. Ain't talking about the kind that'll make you disappear, but I'm talking about the power of the melanin within. Ain't looking for trouble, but I'ma say this one time. I put 2 dukes up if you try to touch mine. We still want justice for Samir and Trayvon. You say you don't see color, but racism ain't blind. They targeting little kids whose skin look just like mine. So I'm paranoid, it's a war zone outside. And I'm a black queen, so if you ask me to step out of my car, you gon' have to snatch me. Cause I ain't going no damn well. Had to spend my whole life living unfair. Ancestors got my back and they right here. You can never understand, it's a nightmare. Living in my black shoes by the black rules. You can keep your handshake, I don't dap coons. The white man that go nuts if he cash you. But you all on his side like a damn fool. Make it make sense.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Make it make
Queen.
We are
sense.
denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from us is come together
Queen.
against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your
Ahmadiyyah.
hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin?
Ahmadiyyah.
Parents, pay attention to the books, the school system, given to your little children. Lies mixed with wisdom. His skin too bright, so he was blind to the prison. My skin just right, so I collide with division. You trying to pray to God, but we tired of religion. No savior saving, we got to save our savings. We used to pay miss, how we gon' make the slave rich? But who's to blame, and tell me why you complaining? We need a team effort just to rule the nation. Like a bad relationship, missing communication. We missing moderation. They trying to get a poison to my population. No reparations. I'm getting tired of Satan.
We are oppressed.
I'm
Queen.
getting tired of waiting.
We are downtrodden.
Queen.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of